Good afternoon, students. Today in this session 53, we will study what is capital reduction. So here, first we will see meaning of capital reduction. So capital reduction is the reducing or writing down of the company's different class of capitals. Means equity share capital or preference share capital or uncalled capital or paid up capital. So here these classes of capitals are reduced to write off accumulated losses. Capital reduction may take place when the company faces huge losses and the financial difficulties. And also the capital reduction will also take place at the time of huge profit also. So here the capital reduction means it is reducing the share capital. It is also called as internal reconstruction. It is done within the company. So here it is not external reconstruction, it is internal reconstruction. So the main object of capital reduction is repayment of the normal dividends. So repayment of normal dividends to the shareholders from the expected future profits. So here this expected future profit cannot be used for the purpose of writing off of the debit balance of profit and loss account. So there are some procedures for reduction of share capital. Here the company can reduce its share capital if the following conditions are satisfied as per the provisions of section 100 to 105 of Companies Act. So first one, here about the reduction of share capital, there must be a special note in Articles of Association of the company must be there. If there is any special note on this reduction of share capital in the Articles of Association, then only the company permits such reduction. And the company passes a special resolution in the general meeting for reducing its share capital. It should pass a special resolution. Next, the company must apply for the petition from the court. It has to take a special order from the court for the reduction of share capital. Then when the company applies for the petition to the court will first of all it will confirm about the reduction after consulting the creditors and other minority groups. And if there are some unwilling creditors are there, the company will instruct to settle their claims first. So court will order to settle the claims of unwilling creditors. After settling only, the order will be passed to the company. Without settlement of the unwilling creditors, the court will not pass any order for reduction of share capital. The company has to deliver the registrar certified. So here the company has to deliver the order of the court to the registrar office. So after the approval and the order of court, then only the registrar will register the order and minute. After registration of these resolution to reduce the share capital, then only the reduction will comes into effect. Otherwise, first of all, without court order and without settlement of the unwilling creditors and without resolution, the reduction of share capital is impossible. So therefore, notice of registration shall be published as per the court direction. So the registration notice of registration shall be published as per the court direction. Next, forms of capital reduction. The capital reduction of the company may take any of the following forms. Here, reduction of capital can be made by any following forms. First one, reducing the uncalled capital of the company, reducing the excess paid up capital of the company, writing off the paid up capital of the company. That is reducing the paid up capital. So first, if you take reducing the uncalled capital of the company, here if the uncalled capital means at the time of issue of shares, the shareholders will pay only the part amount, that is partly paid shares. So that partly paid shares are reduced, but it does not affect the paid up capital. So here it means partly paid up shares becomes here fully paid up shares. So because when the partly paid up shares or uncalled share capital is cancelled, automatically the partly paid up shares will become the fully paid up shares. For this, we have to pass journal entry share capital, that is old share capital, that is partly paid shares, to share capital, that is now new issue of shares, that is partly paid up shares are becomes fully paid up shares after cancellation of partly paid up shares. For example, a company has an issued capital of 6 lakh in 60,000 shares of 10 each, on which rupees 8 per share has been called up. The company now decided to reduce the share capital of rupees 8 each, fully paid by cancelling the unpaid amount of rupees 2 per share. Pass the journal entry. Here, the company has issued capital of 6 lakh. It consists of 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each, on which rupees 8 per share has been called up. So at the time of issue of shares, the face value of share is 10 and the called up capital is only 8. So here the shareholders are paid only 8 per share instead of paying 10 rupees. So here now the company will cancel the balance 2 rupees, that is uncalled capital or uncalled face value. The company will cancel the uncalled face value. So here rupees 2 is uncalled face value. Such face value is cancelled and the already paid, that is called up capital or called up face value is rupees 8. That 8 rupees only becomes fully paid shares. So for this, here the journal entry is passed share capital accounted to share capital. The share capital is old capital, that is 6 lakh is at rupees 10 and the new capital is at rupees 8. So here narration is being reduction 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each to each by cancelling of unpaid amount of rupees 2 per share. Reducing by returning the excess capital. Here the capital can be reduced by returning the excess capital. When the company finds that it has a surplus capital, it may reduce the same by returning the surplus part of the capital to shareholders. Because of time, it is not possible to the company to employ profitability all the capital received. So here, when at the time of issue of shares, if the company received a surplus capital or if it received excess amount from the shareholders, such excess amount to be repaid to the shareholders. By repaying the excess amount, the capital can be reduced. So here the company is not having authority to use all amount that is received from the shareholders, that is excess amount received from the shareholders. Therefore, the company can reduce its share capital by returning the excess capital received from the shareholders. Next, for this journal entry is share capital accounted to share capital account and shareholders account. Share capital means what the amount actually received from the shareholders. Now, to share capital means after payment of excess amount what remains, that is new share capital, and to shareholders account is what is the excess amount which is repaid to the shareholders. For returned shareholders account to bank, for repayment of the excess amount, the journal entry is shareholders accounted to bank. So here shareholders will receive the excess payments from the company. So next, here we will take one example. XYZ Company Limited paid up capital is 8 lakh consisting of 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid up. Now the company finds that it has an excess fund of rupees 3,20,000. The company decides to reduce the paid up capital by returning the excess capital at rupees 4 per share on 80,000 shares. Here the paid up capital of the company is 8 lakh. It consists of 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid. Now the company finds that it is having excess fund of 3,20,000. So here 80,000 shares are there and the excess amount is 3,20,000. So here the excess amount is received rupees 4 per share. So such amount is to be repaid to the shareholders. For repayment of excess amount to the shareholders, the journal entry is share capital account letter to share capital account letter to share capital to shareholders account. Here share capital is 8 lakh. The new share capital after reducing is 4,80,000, and to shareholders the excess amount, that is 4 per share, is to be repaid, means 3,20,000. So here like this we have to pass journal entry, and now the excess amount is to be paid to the shareholders. For this journal entry is shareholders accounted to bank. So here shareholders will receive the excess amount which were paid by them at the time of purchasing the shares from the company. So like this, here the reduction of capital will takes place. Here we have seen under section 100 to 105 of the Companies Act will tell about the reduction of capital. Here reduction of capital may be studied in 3 ways. First one, payment of uncalled capital. Reduction of uncalled capital. Second one, repayment of excess amount. So like this, the capital can be reduced. That is, internal reconstruction will takes place according to the guidance of the court. Thank you one and all.